Coach Prime and the Buffs continue to bolster those trenches. You know what? That's what killed them last year. Both offensive line couldn't block anybody. Defensive line couldn't get any pressure on anybody. Well, they bolster the trenches on the defensive side this time by adding a guy who was coached by Coach Prime as a youth. Young man. Let's talk about it after the bumper. Stay tuned. What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? My name is JeffLightsyJr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on JeffLightsYJr. YouTube, Facebook, wherever you get your content. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and notification bell because we upload all the time. Now, Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes are getting much needed help in the trenches, this time on the defensive line, with Arizona State transfer BJ Green headed to Colorado. It says Arizona State's BJ Green will transfer to Colorado. He was formerly going to go to Washington. Kalen DeBoer takes the job at Alabama. BJ Green opens up his recruitment once again, and now he is headed to Boulder. This is an article from SI.com. It says Coach Prime and the Buffs weren't done in the transfer portal before National Signing Day. BJ Green is expected to make it official after visiting Boulder this week, sources told the Offbeat. So, yeah, he's already made it official. He's committed. The former Arizona State standout originally decided on Washington as the next stop in his career, but dropped out after DeBoer went to Alabama. 6'1", 270-pound defensive lineman out of Atlanta. He was a Bursworth Trophy finalist after walking on at Arizona State. Green will make an impact for the Buffs this year. He was a second-team All-Pac-12 selection last year, but that's only a fraction of his story. The defensive force hasn't missed a game during his career at Arizona State, which started back in 2021. He's got 60 tackles, 21 for loss, 13 and a half sacks in 36 games. This is where it gets kind of cool. It says Coach Prime has a special tie to Green and his family. He was his first head coach in ATL and turned him away from being a running back to play defense. A wise choice, as Green will now show one of his first mentors how early teachings have paid off. And then to kind of just dive deeper into the numbers, Brian Howe, who covers Colorado, dove deeper into BJ Green's career at Arizona State. This is a quick look at the 3 seasons at Arizona State for BJ Green. Colorado was getting a good one in 2021 as a walk-on. 2021 as a walk-on defensive tackle. Led Arizona State in sacks with 5. It's pretty impressive. In 2022, he had 37 quarterback pressures, 10th amongst FBS interior defensive lineman. And then in 2023, he had career high in tackles, 39 tackles for loss, 11 and a half, and sacks with 6 at 6'1", 270 pounds. They're getting a good player. So that's a good kid. That is a good get. It's one of the better gets Colorado has been able to snag over this whole transfer portal cycle. Of course, the 5 offensive linemen they pulled in, those are probably the most important. But just like the problems they had on the offensive interior, on the offensive line, they had the same problems on defense. They couldn't get to anybody's quarterback. Everybody's quarterback would have all day to throw, and it's hard for guys to cover for forever. It's hard for guys to cover for 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8 seconds. But to be able to get some pressure with some defensive line, specifically the interior defensive line. See, that's the stuff that's going to drive quarterbacks crazy. Or that's the stuff that does drive quarterbacks crazy. When you have a defensive tackle that can get you 6 sacks in a season, we have a defensive tackle that can pressure from right up the middle and lining up on top of the center or over top of the guard and causing havoc, that frees up your edge rushers. That allows your corners to get more chances because the quarterbacks are throwing erratic balls. That'll allow your safeties to make more plays in the field. This is a big get. BJ Green is a good player. He was going to go play for Kalen DeBoer at Washington. He was the leader in sacks at Arizona State, a Pac-12 school, a school that I mean, quite honestly, was doing all right. I mean, shoot, they had a better year than Colorado, or just as, I mean, they're just as bad. But regardless, he was going to go play for Kalen DeBoer in Washington, a team that was just in the national championship game. And Kalen DeBoer can't just make Washington, Alabama South. They're not going to go for that. So he can't take every player that wanted to come with him to Alabama. And so sometimes teams like Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes get the benefit when a good player like BJ Green decides, I don't really want to go to Alabama, because I'm sure they would have took him. I think I want to stay out here on the West Coast. And the next best option for him was clearly Colorado, with a chance to play, a chance to win. I've been telling you guys, I think Colorado wins 10, 11, 12 games this year, and a chance to play again for one of his original mentors in Coach Prime Sanders. Leave your thoughts. BJ Green is headed to Boulder to play for Coach Prime in the Colorado Buffs, with a team that I think will have a really, barring injury, but a really good season in 2024. A high probability of winning that Big 12 championship. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Once again, my name is Jeff Lightsy Jr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on Jeff Lightsy Jr. YouTube, Facebook, wherever you content. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe. Also, you can follow me on the X and Instagram at JLightsy7. That is on the X, aka Twitter, and Instagram at JLightsy7. Thank you guys for tuning in. Leave your thoughts down below. And I will see you next time. Peace.